Good morning. Welcome to the Community Voice. I'm Steve Gradick, your host. Delighted to have you with us on this beautiful morning. And we're very pleased to have in studio good friends of the radio station. So the introductions are Karen Stamps, Executive Karmen. I'm sorry. we had that issue before the program, and I'm a little slow. So Karmen Stamps. I tell you what, let's start on the other end here. I'll try.
Thank you. Redeem yourself.
Yes. Aisha Saif, good morning, is a marketing coordinator with the Pregnancy Resource Center. And Kellie Roberts is the development director with the Pregnancy Resource Center. So, okay, second charm. Karmen Stamps, executive director, PRC, Pregnancy Resource Center, serving Carroll, Haralson, and Heard counties. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Obviously, we're going to kind of really just kind of jump into it this morning. A lot obviously has happened since the last time y'all were here, which I guess was about a year ago or so. Mm-hmm. And very significant, very historic. The U.S. Supreme Court now, after almost 50 years, overturned its Roe v. Wade decision. Karmen, start us off. Your reaction.
Yeah, it's a decision that us in the pro-life community have been working towards. We've been, just trying to do the best to serve women in crisis, and the PRC since 1986 has been doing that, and we were just excited, to see that decision come down, and it was a very exciting day there at PRC, and that doesn't change what we're doing there at the center, but we have a new focus and some uncharted waters to go through in this country, as we're now a post-Roe America, and where the lives of the preborn are now recognized as people at the federal level. So that's very exciting.
There have been over 60 attacks on pregnancy resource centers across the country. The organization Jane's Revenge has taken responsibility for 19 of these acts of arson and vandalism. Has the Pregnancy Resource Center here in Carroll County and Carrollton taken any security measures as a result that you're willing to share?
We did. We upped our security there on site as far as cameras and things like that. So our surveillance capabilities, we increased that. And then 2 or 3 weeks after that Supreme Court decision, we partnered with the Carrollton Police Department, and they were patrolling our center on quite regularly throughout the day and night. And so we were happy with that partnership, and we thank the Carrollton PD for being on board with us and helping us keep our facilities safe.
Democratic U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren and former presidential candidate said, quote, "In Massachusetts right now, those crisis pregnancy centers that are there to fool people who are looking for pregnancy termination help outnumber true abortion clinics by 3 to 1. We need to shut them down here in Massachusetts, and we need to shut them down all across the country. You should not be able to torture a pregnant person like that," unquote. Your thoughts?
Well, we don't know Senator Warren personally, but what we do know is what we do in our center, and we have a 95% satisfactory rate with those that come through our doors and receive our medical services. And I don't believe that we've ever seen the word torture on any of our feedback. We have 4.5 stars on Google, and all of those reviews are, they're pleasant and they're positive. And our main source of recommendation is word of mouth. And I don't think if we were torturing people, would they go out and recommend their family and friends to come and see us when they are pregnant. And so I think what she's saying is hyperbole. I don't think it's not true. And I know that other crisis pregnancy centers like ourselves, we are under affiliations with CareNet and Heartbeat International and some other national organizations that we have standards that we go by, and they wouldn't affiliate with a center that tortures people. So I think that's just rhetoric there in that circumstance.
Our guest this morning are Karmen Stamps, Executive Director of the PRC, Kellie Roberts, Development Director, and in studio we had Aisha Saif with us. We're also on Facebook Live this morning, News Talk 1330, 106.3 FM, 1330 AM, and our website will be streaming. So join us, and with any questions or comments, post to the Facebook, and we'll be back with more after these words from our sponsors.
Health is a journey. It's making better choices, even when it's not easy. It's taking care of yourself and the people you love. At Tanner Health System, we're there for you with every step, with primary care, heart care, cancer care, women's care, orthopedics, surgical services, and so much more. We're dedicated to helping you live and feel your best. So let's get on that journey to health. You've got places to be for many years to come. Find us at tanner.org.
As a believer in the power of education, we are called to set the standard by shaping and empowering the minds of future generations through quality education. Oak Mountain Academy embraces this philosophy, which is why my children attend this prestigious school. I am elated to serve on the OMA Board of Trustees, where together we prepare students and remind them to trust and believe in the power to transform the world. I'm Dr. Brian Bain, inviting you to celebrate our 60-year legacy of academic excellence. Visit us at oakmountain.us.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Community Voice. I'm Steve Graddick, your host. We have a very timely and very important, all of them, of course, but as much as any, show this morning. Karmen Stamps, Executive Director of the PRC, is in studio. We're going to get with Kellie in a little bit about the upcoming dinner fundraiser. All right, let's kind of shift gears a bit to the state of Georgia. The Living Infants Fairness and Equality Act, or the LIFE Act. Of course, that's an acronym for LIFE, commonly referred to as the Heartbeat Bill, is now a law being upheld by the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals. Well, does this mean a woman can be arrested for having an abortion?
No. A patient is absolved from any penalties.
Just that simple? Mm-hmm. Okay, but what about the provider? Or the abortionist, the provider? The
provider, if providing an abortion after cardiac activity, fetal cardiac activity is detected, that now becomes a criminal abortion, and they are subject to penalties.
How does that work in terms of the reporting to the state, to the criminal, reports, et cetera?
Well, that's a good question, and I'm going to refer to my notes. So providers are, reporting is done through the Department of Community Health for statistical purposes, and then health records can be released to a district attorney of a judicial circuit in which abortion is involved in a case.
Okay, well, go ahead, and this will help us better understand all that. Give us the definitions in terms of the criteria for fetal cardiac activity described in the law. Give us that 6 weeks. Explain all that, if you would.
Okay. So fetal cardiac activity is detected via ultrasound and can be detected as early as 5 weeks and 3 days, but more so around that 6 week mark. And so that's why you have that 6 week heartbeat ban there.
Okay. So basically, prior to that, mm-hmm. abortion is still legal mm-hmm. in the state of Georgia. Yes. But after that, but there are three exceptions after mm-hmm. that. Can you go mm-hmm. over those?
So the three exceptions are in the case of rape or incest, and if that's reported, make an official police report mm-hmm. For rape or incest. If a physician determines a reasonable medical emergency exists within the pregnancy, and then if the pregnancy is medically futile, and a physician determines that. Those are those three exceptions.
And then on rape and incest, that I believe the time limit expands on that, correct? I think it's 20
weeks. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, okay. But now with all of that criteria, you said at the beginning or somewhere that this establishes personhood for the preborn.
Yes.
That's very significant.
That is significant, and Georgia's law is unique in that component, because that a person or a preborn child as a person can be counted as a dependent on your state tax return. That establishes personhood. That the father of the baby can be under regulations for child support as the baby's in the womb. That also establishes personhood in that point.
I've never really liked the term game changer, but if the man is now financially responsible for his pregnant girlfriend, I mean, that's a pretty big deal, correct? And doesn't that change things in terms of the whole dynamic?
It does. Mm-hmm.
Can you just elaborate on how the man sometimes has disappeared and left the woman by herself?
Yeah, disappears or encourages her to have an abortion. Statistics show that if he encourages her to have an abortion, she's more likely to do that. Without his support, she doesn't feel like that she can go through with the pregnancy and do parenting. And so, yeah, it's a huge thing. I mean, put your money where your mouth is kind of situation.
Right. Okay. Well, so in the broader view overall, things in a way have changed for the Pregnancy Resource Center, but in other ways they haven't. Correct?
Right. I mean, we're still gonna do all of our services to meet our mission, which is to offer compassionate medical services, evidence-based resources, and education that encourages healthy life skills. So we're going to continue to do that. What is going to change for us is that we're going to be seeing individuals early on in their pregnancy, and they're going to be wanting to have these medical decisions, this medical information on the table so that they can make an informed decision. And that's what we're there for. We're not there to coerce or to torture, as the media likes to say. But what we're going to do is we're going to give her all of the information. We're going to give her the truth about what's going on medically and what's the development of her preborn child, and we're going to help her to make the best decision that we can and support her throughout that pregnancy if she chooses to carry and parent.
And y'all are decidedly a Christian organization.
We are.
And so it indeed is a ministry, correct?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's a good way that they can come in knowing that they're not going to be judged. We're going to love them. There's no condemnation for the circumstances to which they became pregnant. And, we're just there. We have no agenda. We just want to see women thrive and their preborn babies to have the best outcome for their life, and that is to be born, first of all, and then to have parents that are equipped and that are going to thrive, or to have a mom and a dad to make an adoption plan to choose parents for their child.
Well, before we start talking with Kellie and about the upcoming Rivers of Life event, tell us about ultrasound, because that's been, very dramatic when a woman or the father sees ultrasound. And I'm sure you've been there and you've seen that and you've seen the change. I guess in some ways that's been a tremendous blessing over the years with ultrasound, and in some ways it hasn't been. So what role has ultrasound played in what y'all do? Well,
it really solidifies that the pregnancy is real when she goes in and she sees her baby on the screen. I mean, that's real different from seeing a line on a stick or a positive sign on a pregnancy test. That's like, oh, there's a person in there and they're moving and their heart's beating, and then when she sees that, that's a bonding time for that mom and that dad. And a lot of times, more often than not, within the 90%, when they're in that room, they're going to choose life after seeing that child on the screen, because it is such a monumental moment.
As a ministry and as a nonprofit, fundraising starts and it never stops.
Never.
And that's why Kellie Roberts' this job is so important. Tell us about the upcoming Rivers of Life event. The PRC's events have been a little bit different than some. In many ways, a lot more personal and a lot more, family oriented for natural reasons and for just the way it's designed. But tell us about the upcoming Rivers of Life event.
Well, we're real excited about coming up in September. This is our annual event we have every year, our largest fundraiser of the year. We have a special speaker that's going to be there this year also, just like last year. It was a godsend. We had actually been looking at another speaker for the first 5 months, and when I found out that he wasn't going to be able to attend, I panicked. So during the night, I had just been praying that God would send the speaker that he had. And I woke up during the night, turned the TV on, and Miss Donna Grisham was giving her testimony on TV on the Sid Ross show. And it was like God just told me that's her. So I began to try to get in touch with her. Nobody would give me contact information. So I took a chance of messaging her on Facebook. She messaged me back from Israel, and now she's going to be our speaker. So it's very exciting.
Tell us when and where, and I guess you're always looking for sponsorships.
Right. It's going to be September the 22nd at Rootville Road Baptist Church. The doors will open at 6. We'll serve dinner at 6:30. The program will begin at 7. Sponsorships are very important because we will have about 600 attendees at this event. And with something of that magnitude, we have to have sponsorships to be able to support that.
And if they want to know more, how should they go about contacting you?
You can contact me at the email DEV, director, at pregnancy.rc.com or by phone at 770-856-6980.
Okay, our guests this morning, Karmen Stamps, Kellie Roberts, and Aisha Saif. And we will be back with more after this.
Health is a journey. It's making better choices, even when it's not easy. It's taking care of yourself and the people you love. At Tanner Health System, we're there for you with every step, with primary care, heart care, cancer care, women's care, orthopedics, surgical services, and so much more. We're dedicated to helping you live and feel your best. So let's get on that journey to health. You've got places to be for many years to come. Find us at tanner.org.
I'm Michael Flynn, Oak Mountain Academy class of 1978.
Katie Flynn, class of 2010.
Justin Flynn, class of 2014.
Logan Flynn, class of 2019.
And I'm Marnie Flynn, current teacher at OMA.
My uncle Richard Orm Flynn, a founding father of Oak Mountain Academy, had a vision to see students become confident leaders who hold a faith-based value system in an academically rigorous environment. We are proud to celebrate 60 years of fulfilling my uncle's vision.
Our family invites you to visit the campus or oakmountain.us today.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Community Voice. I'm Steve Graddick, your host. Delighted to have you with us. We've got a kind of a historic show in the post Roe v. Wade America, and we've got the PRC gang here, and glad they're in studio. We mentioned that Aisha Saif, the marketing coordinator, is here, and you've been on team for about 3 years.
Yeah.
What's it been like, and what's kind of one or two of your memories?
Yeah, it's been a blessing. So part of my title is also like the community coordinator as well. So it's just been amazing, especially during the summer. Especially the decision with Roe v. Wade, when that came to be. So many individuals, churches and businesses, people from all parts of the community came together and started donating an abundance of like diapers, wipes, gently used clothing. And so we were able to start doing a diaper drive giveaway during the middle of the summer. And so we've been helping on average, on a weekly average, 30 to 50 families per week So we have
Wow.
just been really,
That's a
really
lot.
thankful for that, to be able to do that. Yeah. One of the things we do is a material goods assistance. So once a month, we help families within the community who need gently used clothing, diapers, wipes, formula. And as we know, a lot of things are kind of rising in prices, things like that. So the need has been increased. So we've been able to meet that need for those in our community.
So it's been a good experience for you 3 years.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Been a big blessing working with the ladies at the PRC, and just anybody who's involved, anybody who volunteers, anybody who even donates, and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, because you're really volunteer dependent in so many ways.
Yeah.
Karmen, over how many years has PRC been in existence?
Well, since 1986, so that would be, 36 years.
36, yes.
Good math.
How many, you have any kind of estimate how many lives have been saved as a result?
Probably close to 2,000 as far as babies go. I know we've served up in the high 20,000 as far as women that we've helped. So yeah, it's been a good run for 36 years, and we hope to continue.
And you're still 100% privately supported.
Yes, all of our funding comes from the private sector.
Okay, that's my segue to Debbie. If you'll put the microphone back. Tell us about sponsorships for the upcoming dinner. I mean, there are different levels, like most fundraisers, correct?
Right. We have sponsorships that go from $250 all the way up to $2,500. If you contact me at the contact information I gave you, I can send you out that sheet.
Say it again. If they missed it, contact information.
This, I do want to make it clear, too, that this is an RSVP event.
Okay.
So please make sure to contact me if you're coming. My email is DEV director at pregnancy.rc.com. My number is 770-856-6980. And we are short about $10,000 from last year on sponsorships. So if you feel the Lord pulling at your heart about this, please contact me.
And Karmen, you serve Carol Harrelson Hurd, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now the satellite office in Harrelson, is it back up?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yes, we are open in Tallapoosa every other Wednesday afternoon. And of course, we'd like to see that be a weekly, that we're there every week once our appointments get picked back up. And then we have a new location down in Franklin. It's a baby goods distribution out of the Heard County Food Pantry building, and we're there every Friday morning giving out baby goods for residents down in Heard County.
And they're saying you got a new advocacy program too?
We do. With the overturning of Roe v. Wade, we knew that we were going to have to step up our game as far as support. And this is a wraparound support program that'll follow the young lady throughout her pregnancy. So we have staff that's trained and ready to do that and work with her and just breaking down the barriers to parenting, basically, is what that program's going to be. So you'll have our staff walk with you throughout your entire pregnancy. We'll move you into our parenting classes once you choose to parent or get to a place where you're ready to do parenting classes. And so we feel like that's a good way to continue on to be life-minded and life-affirming in the midst of this new season we find ourselves.
And I don't know the number, you may not, so this is a little bit unfair, but even in the Elizabeth Warren quote, she says PRCs outnumber abortion clinics by 3-1. I mean, throughout America, I think it's almost 9-1. There's
it's pretty substantial.
It's really shown from 73 on to today how America came to realize the problem and the horrors of abortion on demand.
Right.
So I think that's interesting.
And all of our services are free of charge and confidential. And so, again, we don't have an agenda because we're not getting paid for anything that we're doing. I mean, our staff is paid through our funders and our donors, but our young ladies that come through the door, we're not asking them to pay us anything, and so we have no ulterior motives to whatever decision they decide. We just want them to be well informed and well educated.
And like you mentioned about the advocacy program, over the years, PRCs have really expanded their offerings, and that support has grown in a multitude of ways.
Yes.
So that's important. So to continue for it to grow, all eyes turn to Kellie Roberts and say, how's it going? So again, what's the date of the Rivers of Life event?
It's September the 22nd.
Okay. And it's at Rootville Road Baptist?
It's at Rootville Road Baptist Church.
I shouldn't have guessed on that. That would have been bad. Ooh, that would have been really bad. But anyway, what time is it?
We will be opening the doors at 6. Dinner will be served at 6:30, and the program will begin at 7.
Okay.
And that's a little different this year. We're offering a full dinner.
You are.
It has been dessert and coffee the last several years, but we wanted to up our offering, and we have a great company that's going to do our dinner. It's Crossroads Restaurant out in Tallapoosa. I hope I can give them that plug. And Alex, the owner out there, is going to do a great meal for us, so we're excited.
We got a posting on Facebook saying that that Kellie's dad was a wonderful pastor.
Oh,
isn't that nice?
you.
Okay, well we're running out of time. Tell us about what's the website, phone number, et cetera, contact information for the PRC overall.
Okay, we're at 514 Tanner Street here in Carrollton is our main location. We're in Tallapoosa. We're in the Community Christian Council building, which is at 734 Bowden Street, Tallapoosa. And our website is pregnancy.rc.com. Telephone number is 770-832-0256. And then we also have capability of scheduling appointments online through our website, so check that out.
And there is a deadline, right, Kellie, for the fundraising dinner?
Yes, I would like everybody to let me know by August 31st. We have 70 tables total, and there's 3 tables still left. So if you would like a table.
Whoa, 67 have been taken?
Yes.
That's huge.
So that's about 24 seats that are left.
Yeah, about 24 seats that are left, but there's possibly openings at other tables if you'll just let me know you want to come. The tables, there's no charge for them, and they have 8 seats. We do ask that you let your attendees know that there's going to be an ask during the night, but there is 3 tables if you want one.
Well, congratulations. That's wonderful. We ought to be able to fill up 3 tables, no problem, right?
We're excited.
Right.
So bring your checkbook. We'll have capability to run credit card charges that night for donations, cash. We take it all.
100% privately funded, which is, I think, pretty awesome. Yeah, and pretty important. All right. Well, again, thank you, ladies. Karmen Stamps. Sorry about getting the name wrong. Oh, Lord.
I'll forgive you.
Yeah, thank you. Executive Director, PRC. Kellie Roberts, Development Director, PRC. And Aishaf Saif, Marketing Coordinator. I'll mess it. I give up. Anyway, thank you, ladies, for coming in. Thank you for the work you do. God bless. And thank you for listening to Community Voice. Go out and make it a great day. You're in tune to WLBB Carrollton.